Welcome to Awakenings, where each 10-minute episode gives you great wisdom or how-to information to enhance your life, your health, your happiness, and so much more. This is Mike Adams, the Health Ranger, editor of naturalnews.com. And so this episode is about the greatest health conspiracy of all. This is the overriding secret that you're never told. I'm going to lay it out for you right up front. The secret is as follows. You are born programmed to experience perfect health. Your genetic blueprint, your spiritual blueprint, everything that you were born with, your biology, your chemistry, your energy, everything you've inherited is designed to create perfect health for you. And if that's the case, you might wonder, well, why isn't everybody already in a state of perfect health right now? Aren't they programmed for perfect health? There are two simple answers to that question. And these are the two answers that the entire medical system and the food system and the GMO agriculture system and even world governments don't want you to know. It's two very simple things. Number one, people aren't healthy because they are poisoned by exposure to damaging substances. Pesticides, herbicides, heavy metals, BPA, hormone mimickers and disruptors, genetically modified crop, glyphosate, herbicides, for example, the BT corn insecticide that's in corn crops that are genetically modified. There are poisons all around you. Even food additives like sodium nitrate is actually a poison, cancer-causing poison in the food. It's added to meats, beef jerky, pepperoni, ham soups. It's in processed meat. There are so many poisons. There are tens of thousands of chemicals that are in our bodies today that don't belong there. And I'll actually talk about that with you in a little more detail here, but let me share the second point, the second reason why people aren't in a state of perfect health. And that's because even though they have this amazing DNA, they have the blueprint for perfect health, they don't give their cells the nutritional tools that they need to experience that state of perfect health. So it's like if you assigned a crew to build a skyscraper and you said, build the skyscraper, but we're not going to give you any tools. We're not going to give you any concrete or rebar or cement blocks or hammers or drills or welding tools. They would say, well, how am I supposed to build that skyscraper? We don't have any tools. This is what's going on in your cells every single day. Your mitochondria, your cell walls, the cell membranes, your neurological cells, your kidney cells, your liver cells. All throughout your body, your cells are screaming, starving for the right nourishment, which most people are lacking. Nearly everyone in modern society is deficient in many, many key nutrients, such as vitamin D and magnesium and zinc. And at the same time, they are suffering from very high levels of toxic elements and toxic chemicals. For example, copper at very high levels can be actually toxic to human biology, but there are things that are far worse and far more potent. Mercury can be very toxic, and mercury even competes with zinc absorption. Cadmium is very, very toxic, and cadmium causes permanent kidney damage. That's a heavy metal that we found in a lot of different foods. I've been conducting laboratory testing at the Natural News Forensic Food Labs using atomic spectroscopy instrumentation, the kind of instruments you'd find at a university lab or even the FDA labs. They use the same instruments. There's even things like lead. Lead is a potent toxin, and lead mimics calcium in human biology, so lead tends to go everywhere that calcium wants to go in your body. And there's a lot of lead in a lot of foods. And so there are all these industrial contaminants, the hormone mimickers, BPA. Then there's these chemical sweeteners like aspartame and chemical excitotoxin taste enhancers like MSG. So this incredible burden of chemicals is placed upon you through food, through your environment, through even things like building materials, home construction materials, the glues and carpeting or paneling that give off formaldehyde and volatile organic compounds, or VOCs. And then that's married with this nutritional deficiency, and it's not just the nutrients that I mentioned, like vitamin D, it's also this incredible deficiency of just fresh plants in your diet, fruits and vegetables, and to a lesser extent nuts and seeds, but mostly fruits and vegetables contain tens of thousands of different chemical constituents and compounds that modern science hasn't even really begun to totally understand. There are probably hidden incredible cures for cancer in some common fruits and vegetables that scientists haven't even identified yet. We know there are anti-cancer compounds in cruciferous vegetables, for example, or inside the peeling of oranges, or even in celery. There are anti-cancer compounds throughout the food supply, but they've never been really tapped for cancer treatments because the drug companies, of course, can't patent food, and so they can't sell it at high profit markups to oncology centers that charge cancer patients sometimes up hundreds of thousands of dollars for treatment. There's not really any money to be made in teaching you how to stay healthy and how to activate your healing potential, your incredible DNA, your incredible energy body, your incredible spirit and mind, because I believe you're more than just a physical being. I hope you understand that too. You're more than just your cells. You are a person with your own mind and your own spirit, your own soul, in other words. And that spirit and soul and body are supposed to work together to create a state of perfect health, and that's the big secret, is that you were born to be in a state of perfect health, and it is only denied to you because we are being systematically poisoned, and because we are being systematically denied access to the truth about nutrients that can help keep us healthy and safe and vibrant and maximize our incredible expression of human health and ingenuity and innovation and creativity and everything that makes humankind amazing and wonderful. That's all within our reach if we were only granted access to the tools and kept away from the toxins. Did you know that mercury in fish lowers your cognitive function and makes your brain more confused, makes it hard to focus? Did you know that fluoride in water does the same thing to IQs of children? It lowers their IQs. Lead also lowers IQs and brain function. So does chemotherapy, by the way. There's a side effect of chemotherapy called chemo brain. It actually harms your brain cells. And yet there are people out there pushing chemotherapy as if it's harmless. It's not. It damages the heart cells, it damages the kidneys, it damages the brain. Once you go down that path, you're damaged forever. So I want to encourage you to realize that your body already knows how to heal itself. If you scratch your arm and it starts to heal, you don't have to consciously command your cells to heal themselves and come together and exchange the chemical compounds that they need to build new skin. Your body is so smart, it will even build new blood vessels. If you cut off a blood vessel, it'll build a new blood supply to the organs and tissues in an arm or a leg or in your abdomen or anywhere that it needs to keep you supplied with nutrients. Your job is to make sure that what's in your blood, because that's what's circulating to all your cells, all your tissues, all your organs, that what's in your blood is good nutrition and not toxic chemicals and toxic elements. And that's a tricky thing to do. That's tough. You have to educate yourself. You have to be very, very skeptical of what you're being told by mainstream television or food advertisements, or even by your doctor, who probably doesn't know much about nutrition. They know a lot of things about disease and pharmaceuticals, but they don't know much about nutrition and how to be healthy and how to prevent disease. If you improve what goes into your blood, you will activate your natural healing potential. You will be an amazing human being with such incredibly high cognitive potential that other people will think you're a genius. You can tell them, no, not a genius. I'm just a human who isn't poisoning my brain. Actually, that's what I tell people when they ask me, how do I get so many things done? How do I run naturalnews.com? How do I accomplish these things? I'm like, hey, I just eat superfoods and I don't poison my brain. It's that simple. We're all geniuses. We're all spontaneous healers. We're all amazing beings. We have to stop poisoning ourselves and allowing these big corporations and media conglomerates and lawmakers to feed us poison and call it food, or to feed us poison and call it medicine. We have to get back to basics, where we're eating nourishment and not poison. So thanks for listening to this episode of Awakenings. This is Mike Adams, the Health Ranger. Learn more about what we do at naturalnews.com